Hi, Money Magic and Miracle Makers. It's Jenny P, Wise Woman of Dreams, coming from this beautiful garden in the Pyrenees Mountains in the south of France. And I wanted to share with you and make a video about the vision that I had in the work that I did yesterday on breaking our karmic contracts, because it was so powerful. I thought that it would inspire you to explore a little bit more about those karmic contracts. So my vision was of an enormous cave the size of the world and it stretched into infinity. It was dark and it was lined with 60 billion contracts, more than 60 billion scrolls, all rolled up and stacked as far as the eye could see, as high as the you could see, as low as you could see, because it was all infinity. But it was the bank of karmic contracts, the bank of agreements that souls have made since the beginning of time. So I was called to journey into this cave to find my contract. That was my intention, was to find this contract. And I called upon Mohan, the center of the universe, my new golden horse, who is about to materialize very shortly on this material plane. And I called upon him to take me into this cave and to show me where my contract was. So I was riding him into this dark cave where it was so still, stiller than breath, and filled with the silence of pain. If you can imagine what the pain sounds in silence, that was the sound. So Mohan, because he's golden, had a slight hue, an aura around him of golden light. So as we advanced into the cave, I could see a little bit. The rest was very gloomy. And I asked him to take me to the place on the shelves or whatever they were to find where my contract was. So we advanced quite sedately and slowly into this cave until he stopped before a wall with millions and millions of contracts and scrolls. And his light, his radiance, threw a smallish beam about a meter wide, meter square. And I looked into this, and there was still thousands of contracts in that square meter, and I had no idea which one it was nothing to indicate, and it was so high, there was no ladders, there was nothing to tell me how I could get it back. So as I sat there on him looking at all these scrolls, I vocalized, I want to change my contract. And I saw a little movement high up in that kind of square meter of scrolls. I saw just something move slightly. So I repeated, I wish to change my contract. And this time I saw a scroll advance very slowly, just slide very, very slowly forward. And then I vocalized, I believe I can change my contract. And this time that scroll very, very clearly came right to the edge, still very high and unattainable. It came right to the very edge. So I could see which one it was, which contract was mine. And then I vocalized, I am changing my contract. And at that point, the scroll dropped out of the infinite wall and into my hand. And I looked at it, and I asked Mohan to take us from there, and he fled into the sunlight, into a very sunny, beautiful meadow where he fulfills his destiny, because his name means the one who sleeps in the sunlight. And there in my hand, I have my scroll, my contract that I made. And I've already read it, and it's extremely moving, so I'm going to make either a second video about it or a picture or another post, because this is going to be quite long, but it's quite incredible and very, very powerful. So thank you for sharing this part of the journey with me, or so far as I'm sharing it with you. And I'll see you very, very soon with the next chapter.